70. Hey, what's up, guys? Yeah. So yesterday after the stream, may have I actually was trading really well. I obviously can't show you now, but well, I can show you where I traded. So why is this on the 2-minute? It's supposed to be the 5. Hi, talking to me? Uh, so after the stream yesterday, I was taking this level into consideration, and because we came back up, tried to retest it, kind of started to fail, but then got through, came down, retested it, broke through. So when we came back up, I really felt like we were gonna break down. or no, that wasn't the area. Yeah, I think it was actually. Or no. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it was. I'm just making sure I'm at the right time here. I just remember it was an up move, a big up move, and then yeah, it was this one because then it went sideways. So yeah, it made this move down. It came back up. I anticipated. I was trying. So I was scalping. I actually scalped really well. We were down. It was like that 950 or whatever on that first one. I think by the end of the stream, Steve, I'm coming. Hold on. We got back to, it was like 350 or 400 or something like that. Well, at the bottom here, I was down to 150 after commissions, and I was like, all right, I only need like 3 more. I just wanted to get back to break even and then just kind of reset for tomorrow, which is today. And then it made this move. It was a really fast move, and I was like, all right, let's anticipate some sort of rejection here. So I started it here. I was only going for 10 ticks each time. Didn't pull back at all. Came up through. It started the stop, so I hit it again. And as you can see, over the next 5 minutes, it never even came down that little bit to retest here. And I was just looking to get out of the straight break even. But then it tried it. It bounced off my break even, which was essentially this line, and then went up. We added again. It did come down. Didn't take any off because at this point now I'm looking for the profit, and then it shot up. I had 3 contracts, and at this point I had told myself, well, if it goes higher, we're going to break this level here. I'm going to reverse my position. So I did that, and then literally as I reversed my position, the thing dumped. And so the amount that I lost here and then the amount that I lost on there with 3 contracts on both sides, it was enough to hit the max loss. And that was that. It doesn't look like much, but those are pretty big candles. I mean, they're from here, it's like almost 25 points. But yeah, messed it up. So we're not gonna be scalping anymore. We're just gonna look for the bigger moves. Like today, I have the obvious line here that I'll be looking to play off of, and then the obvious lines higher, and we're gonna do that. It's gonna be boring, but that's what we're gonna do. All right, start some music. But I'm here to try to make this work. I'm not here to try to go crazy. So let's see what happens. To Mimi, good morning. How are you? I'm doing all right. I mean, I'm fine. I've accepted the fact that I suck at this, so just trying to slowly figure it out, you know. I have been looking at, actually while we're waiting, I'm gonna pull this over. I want to figure out. You know what? I could probably display capture. Display capture. Give me 1 sec here. Where is it showing the logo from? Maybe I just had that up there. It's got to go there. Play capture. All right, let's try this real quick. Yeah. Oh, what's up, Steve? I've been better. I've been worse. You? Actually, I did not have a very good night of sleep, due mainly to my son. He kind of kept me up. He was asking a bunch of questions, which is fine. I sat there and answered him, but he didn't go to bed till around 10. Came down, finished watching Monday Night Football. And by the time I got upstairs, it was like 12. And then I couldn't really fall asleep. And then I ended up falling asleep probably around like 1. And then around like 3:20 or so, somewhere in there. I don't remember. I vaguely looked at my phone. My son came in and said he couldn't sleep, so he ended up sleeping with me. And he likes to push me off the bed slowly throughout the course of the night. So, and then we were up at 6 o'clock. So. Yeah. Oh, is that a thing? Good to Mimi, good. So I was looking. No, don't have that. I was looking at a bunch of options to possibly start some leap options, but I don't really know. I have to look into some of the fundamentals of them. Like CGC, I mean, this thing's at 74 cents, but you start looking at where this thing could go, it's pretty insane. I mean, this thing is starting to curl a little bit. If we scroll way out, this thing was all the way up near 60. So, I mean, I don't know if this thing is going to 0, but it could be worth. I was looking at the options. You can get a leap option 2026, 50 cents for 50 bucks. And I was like, it's like, that's a $50 lottery play, but with huge potential upside. So something I was looking at. And then there was ChargePoint, which GDT knows a little bit about. Same sort of scenario all the way out to 2026. You can get, I mean, these are a little bit more expensive, but for $187, you can get one at 50 cents. You can come up a little higher, just a dollar. I always like the 50-cent ones for these, at least just like in my head, because I think you would get, like, come 2026, if it's still down there, it'll still possibly be worth a little something. And if we look at ChargePoint, same scenario, way down. This thing was all the way up near 50. Then, I mean, and then I was looking at ones that are in like the bottom of their ranges. You got like Alibaba, and then, yeah, this BBAI is another one I was looking at. All the way down in its range, then up to 16. Go all the way out, look at those leaps. Like, again, a little bit more expensive. Might not even there's no volume, that's probably why. But again, pretty decent. Just looking again, these are kind of lottery plays, but they could pay huge. And then we got another one. Let's say all the China plays that are really down right now, like Baba. If we scroll way out, this is the very bottom of its range. This thing was all the way up at 320, and we're at a very good support level here around 60. And I mean, pretty close to it. So looking at the leaps on something like that, let's see. Now this is something, all those other three you wouldn't be able to sell covered calls on, at least not at their current prices. But something like Baba, you can come down here and get like what did I say that price was? Under 50, 59, so like 60. So you can come down 55, pay $2,800 essentially, but then you can sell calls on this one pretty easily. Let's see, just even 10 days out. Yeah, look at the premium you're getting. So it would take a little. I mean, it would take what, 10 of these, or wait, yeah, it would only take 10. So if you sold 10 calls would essentially pay for your leave option. That's kind of the idea behind it. Oh, I was looking at it the wrong way. Not true. those were out of the money or already in the money. You'd have to sell up here, so it would take a little bit longer than that, probably twice as long actually. And you'd probably end up rolling a lot depending on what the price does. But neither here nor there. It's something that we're looking at. Yeah, I know it's 9:30. I'm not going to be trading anything like right off the open, so let's scroll back over to here. Thanks for the heads up, though. Appreciate that. You mean the market already opened? Oh, I got you. You're saying I talked too long. Gotcha. Well, that's kind of the whole point of them, is that you don't really have to you just kind of do them in your spare time. So it is something that I could do if I had another job. Yeah, it's for later. I mean, there's not much to talk about. I think I kind of told you didn't I tell you yesterday? Well, yeah, I mean, there's really not much details to give you. I wish there was. Well, there's not. Yeah, we'll see. Nice, man. Yeah, I think if I do get funded, I might actually go down to the micros and trade the same way that I am, just to trade so like I can take profit and try to let some run kind of thing, instead of just being like all or nothing. Oh, it's not. I don't mean like all or nothing as in I blow the account. I'm talking all or nothing as in like I can't, if I only have one contract and like I feel like I would like to take half of it off, I can't. Like for a profit, or yeah, like I feel like you're kind of stuck in that sense. But if you go to the micros, you could just take 10 contracts, which is the same as one. I am watching the ES too. Well, one NQ contract. 10, 10. Right, that's what I'm saying. Even, again. Right. Yeah, that would be the smart thing to do. Sometimes it's not. Morning, Zishan. Break up. Nah. It's not that I don't want to. Well, yeah, I was gonna say that. Makes sense. Hopefully, Zishan. We did sort of reject that area. Just kind of went through it first. Not really a trade there for me. Nah. I am not. Got in some HA puts. That's too funny, yeah. Oh, yeah, I was saying GDT's in it. It's still hanging out up there. It's at 1376. Looks like yesterday it was right around here. Yeah, it gapped way up. Addedly, what's up, man? HA, the one that got bought out? I have no idea. I didn't look at it. Gee, he's sexy. You like that transformation? What transformation are we talking about? GDTs? Did he post a video about some transformation? I was on YouTube quite a bit yesterday. I don't remember seeing anything but your trading video. I don't even see that. So. Even seeing your latest video. It says your last one was 7 days ago, but that's not true. Yeah, it's the first one I see. What the heck? Let me just click on your... Yeah, recycling shares. After. Yeah, I remember watching these videos, but they weren't showing up on my subscription feed. Very odd. The sunglasses. Tim gets the win? What? What are you talking about? Oh, the transition. Ah, gotcha. I got you now. Looking for a possible short up here around this red to green. Same area that we kind of rejected yesterday. Got to get up there first, though. Not looking to play inside the range. See what the ES is doing. I had some lines shown on the ES as well. This is, yeah, I haven't, I drew some lines on the ES as well, just to keep an eye on it. We're still in the middle of them, though. It's the S&P 500. I was like, I knew it was one of those. I was just having a brain fart, so I Googled it real quick. Pretty much. Big rejection there. Well, Wrongbow, if you'd watch my videos instead of just coming in here and berating me every day, you would have seen that, yes, I did. Smoked it first day. Huh? No, it was a guy that just kind of pops in the chat every once in a while. I was wondering how you could hear me without pressing the button, but I forgot I put this on to play games with my son last night. So I have it the voice activity. Not really. I like to keep it separate. I hit the wrong button there. Thanks, Wrongbow. I try really hard to do it. You have no idea. I go out of my way to fund accounts just to blow them. Getting pretty good at it. Yeah, those it's funny how the big red days and blow ups and stuff like that tend to do the best, right? It's like everyone is here for the drama. Everyone wants to see you fail. Nobody wants you to succeed. Well, there's people that do, but a lot of people on YouTube are just watching the videos of people failing to because it's relatable, which is fine. I've grown to accept it. You don't bother me. I actually find it humorous. Trust me, I've been doing this for too long to let one person get to me. You think you're egging me on, I'm just egging you on. Yeah, Frog Guy. Yeah, it just makes them, like I said, it makes it relatable. You could flick them off in the future. Yeah, but I would never do that. It's just not who I am. I always try to look out for the little guy because I know no one looks out for me, and I don't want that for others. That's the thing. It's like I've been the little guy my whole life. Not little as in physical appearance, because that's quite the opposite. But I've always been, you know, the underdog, and a lot of people really don't give a shit about you. If you, the thing is, if you can't provide value to somebody, no one, they're not going to take a chance. People don't want to take a chance on you. And to me, that's absurd. Like, if you can see someone's morals and you can see like their drive, like there's certain people out there that might not be able to provide you value up front, but being able to know on the back end that there could be a lot of value if you just give this person a chance. That's a huge thing, and that's just not how a lot of people work in this world, and it's kind of sad. So it's like if I was ever in a position to look for that and be able to offer that to somebody, those are the kind of people I would look for, because those are the people that work the hardest. I'm not saying that people that are already really good at what they do aren't going to work hard, because they obviously do to get to where they are, but finding those people that have never been given that opportunity and you can just see it in their soul that they're going to work extra hard to get to where they want to be, like that's the person I want to be around. And that's the person that I feel that I am. I just feel like I'm just lost right now. I really am. I mean, there's no way I can't hide it. I'm bouncing all over the place. I went from stocks to futures. I'm throwing around options a little bit. Like, there's a lot going on. All right, we're coming up to this key area on the hourly that I'm watching, which is also the red to green. I would grow a third middle finger. Ideally, I'd like us to come up and try to test this area and then look for a fail. Although I'm probably going to jump in here if we do come down and break the bottom of this candle. Love to see it go up a little higher and reject up there, but they don't want to get in on like a big giant down candle or down wick like that. That was like a kind of fast, especially because we're going right into, I'm looking at the 2-minute as well. We're going right into the highs of that previous candle. Be a little patient here. If we could break through there, I was probably going to jump in. Still want to, I want to see it come up and test red to green. I feel like we're too close to not do it. Nice trading OnlyFans over here. I like it. go. Oh, no one wants to see some frog feet picks. Oh, look at that move. Kind of chase this. I'm actually okay with maybe letting this go for a second up through the highs. If it does go back up there, instead of just putting my a hard stop there. Just to see what it does. I didn't want to miss the bigger down move if it happened right then and there. I honestly should have hit it a little earlier. I mean, that's the exact move we were looking for. Just holding up. Oh, I suspect we're going to run into some pretty heavy resistance here, but I don't want to get blown out too early. But I am going to let it, if it does try to make a high here, I am going to let it go and see what it does. Curiosity, what's the... Still kind of in the middle there. I think the only way we could have traded this differently was kind of wait for the backside, but that thing was coming down pretty sharply. I didn't want to miss the entry, so we just got to kind of be okay with this for now. Oh yeah, there's that thing at 10 o'clock. I forgot about that. Good call. Yeah, it's red on the calendar, so that could be not great. I might just put my finger on the button if we're still, if it comes back down to our entry, we might actually just jump out real quick. If not, I might just put my finger on the button. At 10 o'clock. Right at the high. I'm right at that area, the hourly. Thing is, even if we do come down, my entry is right where I would have gotten in anyway. So, should I have waited for that? Probably. So I'll move down there. Nice. Now, honestly, if we can get away from my entry a little bit, like down towards like 840, I might just try to stay in this at 10 and keep my finger on the button anyway. I think I'm going to do that anyway. There's a clear stop at high of day now as well. I think just keeping my finger on the button. Hopefully we're away from the highs, so if it starts to go up there at 10, I'll have a chance to hit the button. Hopefully we can start pushing down and get away from that area. Zishan, ours goes up the day after Thanksgiving for the wife's rules. I don't have a choice. Tom, I'm trying to trade off the 5-minute chart and give myself a little bit more clarity. I'm actually kind of trading off the hourly. I watched the 2-minute though. I have the 2-minute up above me. Like if I go over to here, you can see these are the 4 chart. I have the daily, the 2-minute, the hourly, and then the 5-minute. But my entries and exits are based off the 5-minute. But I'm trading. So, like sometimes I'm looking for just an entry based off the 2-minute. And we got about 1 minute till that 10 o'clock news. We'll see what happens here. I was hoping we'd push down a little bit more first. Finger on the button. I feel like most news, we tend to go up. It's just kind of how it works. So I'm definitely anticipating a loss here. I would like to make it to the news. Alan, what's going on? How are you today? Oh, wow, there's 30 people in here. Holy smokes. Get that like button on the way in. Appreciate that. I love Christmas. It's my favorite holiday. Yeah, it's a good one, especially with the kids. All right, here we go. Got about 8 seconds. Finger on the button. And here we go. Oh God. What? I just lost connection. I hit the button and I lost connection. All right, we're back. This isn't good. Just kind of hoping for the wick back down, maybe. It's not what I want to be in right now. I hit the button and it didn't do anything. Let's see if we can get. It's always good. It always goes up, man. It's so annoying. Seeing if we run into. Yep. I should have just got out when we were at our entry. That was dumb. Feels like we're running into resistance here, so I was trying to give it a sec. So annoying. I'm out over the highs. Feels like it's going to go through the highs. I don't even know why I bother with this shit. Don't even know why I bother with this shit. I didn't get in trying to trade the news. I should have got out before the news. It even gave me a chance to get out before the news. I didn't, and then I was only planning on losing like $200 there because I hit the button once I saw it shooting up, but then it lagged out, and then I tried to save it. This is just not going to be a pullback. It's the thing about the NQ, man. It just doesn't have to pull back. It just keeps going. It just doesn't stop, and this is how you get blown out. It's over and over again. It's ridiculous. All right, I gotta stop. I'm not gonna blow the account right now. I'm gonna actually wait for a legit setup. That was a revenge trade. I'm not buying another account, so I have $1,000 of wiggle room left on this one. I mean, maybe I go back down to the micros. I don't know. I really don't. I don't know what to do at this point. I mean, what I was doing was working, and I was fine. I just played the news like an idiot. It was my own fault. Go get a pot sticker. I don't have any pot stickers. Oh, wrong, Bill. You must enjoy your life. Like, no matter when's the last time we had news come out and the market went down? I don't even remember the last time that happened. Just looking for the continuation here. Stop below the candle. Pull back. Starting to get bought up. Maybe we go back up. Test the highs. It's kind of the thought process here. Pretty tight stop. Worse. I don't have enough money to go back to stocks. Switch over again to what, Zishan? Alright, well, this is our setup the other way, so I'm going to try reversing if we do get under this candle. And then put a stop at the highs, and I don't know what to do at that point. Just besides, it'll feel just like yesterday. Yesterday, we just kept getting faked out as well. Like, no matter what we were touching, we just kept getting faked out. It's really struggling to move higher now. Yeah. Unless they're going to kind of fake it out, which wouldn't be that surprised. Yeah, I think I'm just going to cut this if it doesn't work. It feels like it could be a fake out. Actually, I'm gonna try reversing it if it gets there. And keeps getting bought up for now. Makes it feel like it's gonna flush if it does. Thought for sure after a big move like that, you would get the retest of the highs. I don't hate the entry, just hanging out here. Definitely starting to feel 50-50 though. And it just feels like we're gonna get faked out. Like not letting me the stop row. Oh, close enough. Yeah, I don't really see too much edge in this crap, man. I mean, this was my own fault for being in it with the news. If I would have cut it here when I tried to, when the news took off, it would have been fine. It would have only been like $200 or maybe $300 loss. But the platform lagged out, and so I couldn't get out. I hit the button. It just didn't do anything. Yeah, it just keeps... I mean, I had a feeling it'd probably be some sort of a possible fake out. Yeah, addedly, I mean, that's probably what's going to happen, to be completely honest. I got my stop in. I'm just going to try to ride this back down, but we already know that's not going to happen. I mean, it is attempting to use this support as resistance right now, so that's a bonus. Yeah, that trade the pool, I've looked into it. It's kind of pricey. I think that, I mean, obviously in hindsight, I could have obviously done it, but it would have it's so easy to get a $17 account, you know? It's a lot easier than forking up like 300 bucks. If we can break this level here that currently sitting at, I think we might actually get a decent move to the downside. Let's see. Yeah, that's the thing. I looked into it. It was pretty expensive. Cut your trades at half your loss limit. Yeah, I mean, I didn't really look into it too much. Gonna be buying that one back if it breaks those candles high right there. Pretty much right where I put our quote unquote average. which it looks like it's gonna. Oh. All right. Gave all that back. Really is like no edge here. It's fucking stupid. This is so dumb. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I fucked myself with the whole news thing. I'm just gonna sit here and wait for an actual setup at this point, I guess. I need to find one because now we're back up to a higher range. We're in a bigger range now. I don't have anything else to do until the kids get home, so. Because this strat is designed, like when I do get into the trades, it's designed to ride the move, not. I mean, the worst part is I got in this long. Had I just held it long, I would have been fine. But I decided to reverse my position, and I was right temporarily. But the overall trend, obviously, after the news, was going to be to the upside. I was just my problem with this is I'm so used to stocks doing something specific, and the NQ doesn't do that. Like in stocks, like let me switch over to the 2 minutes so you can kind of see what I was looking at. So what I'm looking at is you get a break away from previous resistance. The odds are you always get a retest of that before it decides what it wants to do. That doesn't happen in the NQ. Like when you go to yesterday's moves, like this, I mean, this is the stuff that the NQ does. There's no, I mean, it did get the pullback all the way up there, but look at the move it made first. Like you can't withstand that move. Not without some kind of crazy huge account. I mean, even the little $2,500 account couldn't withstand this move up. I mean, look at this. Big move up. You would expect it to come back down and possibly retest areas, but it doesn't. It just hangs out and stays. I mean, obviously in hindsight, that looks, that's a key area for it to sit above. I mean, even here, look at this. Breakthrough, key area. And I mean, look at what it does. I mean, you can't do anything about that. You don't know when it's going to actually like fake out. I mean, look, of course now it's going to fake out. It's just manipulated like beyond anything I'll ever be able to comprehend. Jay Schrager, what's up, man? Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with you. Clean your house, Tom. Yeah, I mean, the NQ, it just does more than we can withstand. I mean, it's the truth. And then you just end up over trading, and it's just dumb. I mean, the only trade I should have been in was the one that I was in, which was I was completely fine with. But then the news got me. And I mean, you can say the emotions took over, but I don't know. The smartest thing would have been when it gave me the opportunity right before the news hit to get out break even. I should have taken it. Like that would have been the best play in hindsight, obviously. Like looking back, that's what I should have done. I didn't. This is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it now. Yeah. I mean, I heard you say it, and I should have got out when I got the opportunity to. And I still have okay drawdown. It should be enough to withstand normal trades. I'm just going to have to try to bring it back. That's all I can do. Problem is, I don't like it. Like, I don't see anywhere else to go off of. And we're kind of in a very odd spot because now this area, I feel like they're going to try to use it as support. Which is what I was hoping for. Like, I just wanted to be short down to that line. That was what I was looking for, but we just couldn't get the move. Of course, now it's going to happen. So they had the nice giant fake out. I can kick you. Yeah, they do. That's just, they're not in a good spot right now, especially because there's really only one place that does it. Stocks to me are way easier. We're going to let it come down, of course, now, right? I had to go up and fake out higher first. Yeah, these aren't, yeah, but I think everyone knows that. Yeah, I mean, looking at one chart thing is what appealed to me with this in the first place, but then I started to realize that it still sucks. I am going to go to the MNQ. I mean, stocks, I feel they follow more of a technical. They just, I don't know, they follow technicals better, and they're just a little bit more predictable. The futures, they just kind of do what they want. I feel like there's no rhyme or reason to any move that it makes. I mean, yeah, I know that now, addedly. I mean, I knew that anyway, but What about stonks? So I'm looking at the 2-minute here. If it reclaims that candle, I'm going to get out. I'm looking for this to reject. I was looking for this support to turn into resistance, but looks like it's just going to go right back up. Jesus. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not even attempting to use that previous support as resistance. The options, yeah, I'm actually making money on options. Everything was at the top of its range, so I didn't bother. I haven't jumped into anything. And this is right where I was talking about. Let's see what happens here. Alright, just gonna stop above that current candle. It's crazy. Just picks a direction and just goes that way. It doesn't even attempt to pull back. And it just fakes out constantly, man. Like it's gonna get me. It's gonna test, it's gonna go a little higher, and then it's just gonna fucking probably drop. Like it's just what it does. It's so dumb. It always goes that little bit more just to get you out. It's so manipulated. You just never get the clean move. Like there's never a clean move. It's always after they do something first. I mean, look, I mean, I get it. It's a fucking V-shaped recovery, but this is what I'm saying. Like in stocks, it would have at least attempted to fucking reject one of these levels. Like look at it on the 2-minute. Like this is just dumb. Like a pop through and then just literally straight back up without any fucking rejection of these 2 key levels. Like obvious support, it would attempt to get used as resistance. No. How about here where it got used as support a bunch of times? No. Let's just go through there. And then guess what? It was probably just a big giant fucking fake out. Just to go a little bit higher. No, fuck you. I'm just going to put the stop right above there. and see if it's the same, literally the same fucking thing it did up here. This time it'll be the double fake out. No, I'm done. I'm done if this one comes and stops me out. I mean, there's no fucking point at this point. Just doesn't make any fucking sense. Full Tilt is a poker site. Well, it used to be. Is it still a poker site? Full Tilt Brewing. Interesting. In Baltimore? I didn't even know that was a thing. You know that, DDT? Full Tilt Poker. It says Poker Stars now? It takes you to PokerStars. .bet? What? That's a scam. Is it .bet now? Is PokerStars .bet? No, it's .com. It seems a little... don't go to that website. This shit just makes zero fucking sense. Doesn't make any fucking sense. Literally every trade I've taken, even though I shouldn't have been in the first one, has been fucking wrong. Like, even if I'm right on one of these at this point, it's not gonna matter. That thunder? Oh, is that a motorcycle? Definitely a motorcycle. Poker live stream on Friday night? I rarely even play poker anymore, to be honest. Oh, you know what that is? That's the trash trucks. How much can you lose before the account is considered blown? It'll stop you out at 25. Your drawdown's 2,500. I could actually show you live what my drawdown is. There's... Yeah, of course. There's a... Oh, there it is. I have $174 of drawdown left. Think we could bring the account back? That's what I'm saying. Like, at what point does it not even make sense to have the account? You know, like how are you supposed to come back from that? You literally have to be right immediately from here out. And it just doesn't make any sense. So yes, just following the NQ, it looks like. Let's see if we can get away from this drawdown a little bit. If not, then I guess we're done for the day. Probably for a while.
Said that before too, so.
Meanwhile, you got Alpine over here just doing his thing. So annoying I got caught in that. I probably wouldn't even have taken another trade. Oh no, I would have taken this trade. Which it looks like it would have been a break-even trade. It's like self-sabotage at this point. I mean, that's discretionary, I guess, Alan. It's up to you to decide that. This feels like it's just going to break out. I mean, he makes money from the prop firm side of things. I mean, if you do the math overall, it wouldn't, what he does would not be profitable with real accounts. And that's kind of what I was trying to get. I was trying to trade something that would actually be profitable on a real account. I mean, he's got the right idea. He's playing the advantage of the prop accounts, but he also has a real job to be able to pay for all the prop accounts. So there is that. That literally bounced off my order. Oh, there goes the account. It literally looked like it went through my order. Account's gone. I'm surprised it's not already gone. Why is it not clicking out? There it goes. All right. I mean, it literally bounced off my order, and then I would have got back in. I don't. All right, guys. I just don't want to sit here and watch me look at options. I'm assuming, but that's what I'm gonna do for a little bit, I guess, because I don't have any more accounts. Wrongbow, seriously, man, just you have issues. Wow, it pulled back right away, didn't it? Whatever. I had it put a order out at 10 ticks, and it literally went through my order and didn't fill it, and then it went higher. I'm just selling options, dude. I'm not doing anything crazy with options. I'm not like buying options, selling them. Very, I mean, honestly, this is probably way more what I would be good at anyway. Except I do want to buy these leaps on CGC. CGC, they have, if you go way out, it's a complete lottery play. But you can buy 50-cent options for 50 bucks. Break even would be what, 99 cents. Risking 49. What's the might even be able to get them cheaper. Let's see if we can get them at 45. That would just be my my interest from last month. Be like a free play. Well, then why don't you do it, Zishan? I just wish, like, people like Wrongbow and stuff, like they come into the chat and it's fine. Like you can troll, but like prove to me that you're any better, you know? Like that's like there's a reason that you're here watching me and saying the things that you say. All right. I think JD was the one I was most interested in just because of the price. I mean, Baba could be pretty interesting too. Actually really interested in Baba, JD, Baidu, and stuff like that. I mean, look at these charts. There's such potential upside. Sell a put for 20. Let's see what that. Oh, these aren't worth anything. That kind of sucks. These are worth next to nothing. What's the IV on these? That's 40. That's not bad. It sucks. They're worth nothing. All right, I'm not going any further out than that. Selling out of curiosity. There's definitely some. No, I don't want to day trade options at all. I just want to sell them. You watch me for the psychology, bro. I don't know. You'd be on the right track. Dude, ever since I came from stocks, it's just dumb, man. It's just dumb. I would love to see this lower. Then we could pay $780, $800 for the $20 ones. What's good old Robin Hood doing? Gonna move. This was actually another one I was interested in. It's over 10. Yeah, my discipline on futures is, dude, again, when you're risking $800 to $1,000 real money every trade, I guess it's a lot easier to be disciplined. When you're risking $17 or even with a PA, a funded account, when it's only $100, like it's so emotionally wrong to think that way, but it's what happens, and it's unfortunate. I mean, selling is still dangerous, yeah, but you're getting paid to trade the options. So like look, if I wanted to sell a put on Hood, what that essentially means, let's go out to where it would make sense. So if I look at the chart and I'm like, okay, if we get back below $8, that's where I'd want to own the stock, because that's where there's a nice support level and the odds are it might try to bounce off of that level. So if we come over to the options and we find $8, like it's still not really worth it. So every cent is essentially $1 when you look at it that way. So like, let's scroll out to January 5th. And I mean, there's still crap out here, but let's just say 9, for instance. So if we wanted to buy them at 9, we could sell this and we're actually going to get a credit of $17. So for every one contract, you would actually get paid $17. But what you're doing is, if by January 5th, the price comes down under 9, you would then have to buy those contracts, those shares at $9. So even if it goes all the way down to 7, you would still have to buy those shares at $9. So then you would essentially, you made $17, which you can actually subtract the 17 cents. So your average would technically be $8.83, but you would then own them at 7 if that's what happens. But now if by January 5th it just stays above $9, you would actually just get to keep that $17 and nothing happens. Now, there's a thing called rolling as well. So like if the price starts to come down towards $9, you can actually roll out. So right now, say you bought these or sold these for $17 credit, you can go out, say, to January 19th, which is 45 days, and you can grab the same strike price for 25 cents. So if you do 17, you'd have to buy that back. That would leave you with 8 cents. So you would actually make $8 on top of the 7. Well, not on top of the 7, but you'd make $8 total for rolling out. Does that make sense? But you wouldn't have to take the shares. And obviously, the closer you get to the strike, this number will probably go up. Well, yeah, these are naked options. Yeah, I mean, you can turn them into, like, if we go to something a little bit more volatile, like let's just go back to BABA because I know that that was. If we think that BABA is not going to go below a certain price, because like right now it's headed down. So let's just like say 68. You could actually run a credit spread. So you would sell a put under 68. Let's go out a little bit. So let's say we think it would stay above 68. So we would hit sell a put. So there's a dollar credit, right? Which would actually be $100 because it's 100 times 1. And then you would buy a put. Now for each dollar you go down, you're risking $100, right? But what you get paid is the difference between the prices. So we would get paid 25, but we'd be risking 100. So essentially we're risking 75 because we're going to get paid that 25, right? But we're risking 100. So you would subtract that. So you're essentially risking $75. So that's a way to trade them. They're just called credit spreads. And you could obviously give yourself a wider range so you can make more in premium, but you're going to risk more. So now we're risking 200, but we're making 44, which is actually less than double there. You know, you can do this as far as you want. A lot of people, that's why if you ever hear somebody say they're selling wide spreads, that's what they're doing. So like I can go down here, sure I can make 77 on this, but I would only do something like that if I'm really positive about my trade. Now you can also roll these as well. They're just a little bit more tricky because you're dealing with two things there. It depends. I mean, if it starts working in your favor, you can wait till it expires. But if it works really well right away and you're up like 50% in a day, then yeah, it makes sense to just get out early. Like I'll show you a perfect example. I was actually in these Riley puts. I was in 1450. I sold a 1450 put, like up here. It was like right here on this day, I think it was. And then look at this thing drop all the way down to here, and I started to get worried. But when it started to pop back up, I actually took it off, I think, on this day for essentially 80% on both, because I actually added one when it got down here because I paid 25 for one when it was up here, and the closer it gets, you're going to get more premium for it because it's closer. I actually got another one for 50, and I ended up making 40 on the $50 one and then 20 on the $25 one. So I made 80% on both of them as it made this little up move here towards the end of expiration. But the very next day, I think it was this day. It was this day it went up, and then this very next day it came all the way back down, and I was like, oh, good thing we got out. But then, as you can see, it actually went up since then. Which these actually, the implied volatility, which makes the premium go up on these, has been really high because these are still trading pretty high. So, yeah, like, look, you can still, like, we're up at 23. You can still get end of week ones like $3-4 lower for 25-30 bucks. It's pretty crazy. And they're trading. I don't know why this one's only 10 bucks. It doesn't make any sense, but Options are very complicated, but once you get it, it's actually not too bad. We actually got that leap option, it looks like, on CGC. Just executed. That must probably mean it's going down. Or wait, it says it executed, but... Oh, there it went. Hey, look, we're actually... Oh, we were up on... Oh, no. Oh. So we now own CGC. We paid $45 for it. Right now, the current price is $55. So if we wanted to turn around and try to get out on the ask, we could essentially make $10 pretty quickly. But for me, this is a very like boom or bust type play. I know they're dealing with like regulations and whatnot, but what I'm looking at is even if we make like another one of these runs up to $2 or something like that, the premiums are going to go up pretty quick. But if we zoom way out, if for some reason the regulation stuff that they're dealing with works, like I paid $45 for the potential of this, like doing something crazy. And it's kind of the same thing I was looking at with ChargePoint, except ChargePoint's a little bit more expensive, but same deal. Like if you zoom way out on ChargePoint, which is what I'm assuming GDT kind of saw, this was all the way up at 50. And I think they're dealing with kind of the same stuff with, I don't know if it's like regulations or what, but I know they're dealing with something on there. When did I learn it? While I was talking about, while I was learning futures. I was kind of doing the same. I never really planned on trading futures as long as I did. But it kind of started helping the YouTube channel out, and it started to do, like, I was actually doing well with the scalping part of it. And the worst thing that happened to me is I was doing really well when I first started. The very first account that very first eval account that I had, I passed, and then I funded it, and I actually made it all the way to payout on the very first account that I ever had with futures. And then from there on has been downhill. And I didn't get that payout. I ended up blowing that one, which was a freak accident, because I was still learning the software, and there was my stop loss and my order to go, I don't even remember if it was short or long at the time. They were literally on top of each other, which they weren't supposed to be. It just kind of happened. And so when my stop loss got hit one way on the strategy that I was using at the time, it literally filled my order and then shot back down the other way. And I had it set up to where my trailing drawdown was 2 stop losses. So it literally, because the win rate on that trade was so high that it was winning 100% of the time. But I wanted to put that stop loss in there for the couple times it didn't. So I was winning 300 to lose 1,500, but I only had that $2,500 drawdown. So if I lost 2 in a row, I was out. And that's exactly what happened. It came up, stopped me out, which then I should have just been done for the day. But then it filled my other order that I still had out there that I couldn't see, because I didn't know that it does that on the software. And literally right after that, it filled and shot down and filled my stop loss on that order. So, it's just how it works. All right. Well, since we got filled there, let's take a look at ChargePoint ones. Might actually just go eat lunch early or something. We are now in charge point. Say Upstart was another one. Honestly, I was looking at Hood yesterday and I didn't pull the trigger on it. Just don't know if I'd want to buy it while it's up here. Charge point obviously is a little lower. I feel like that has more room. Same with CGC. CGC is actually coming back down, which is fine. That, like I said, that's going to be a very long term. Maybe we wake up one day and something crazy happens. Hood I'm gonna keep an eye on, but I don't know. Let's see what. A little expensive. The difference here, it doesn't make any sense to me. Why would you not pay? It's curious. 605 by 630. $13.65. 11.30. So it's starting to even out. Didn't make any sense the other way. All right, well, it looks like everyone kind of signed off. I'll be in the Discord if anybody wants to talk. We'll maybe see you guys tomorrow. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do moving forward. I'll probably make a video about what's going on. Once you get the PA account, do you have to reach 2,600 and what happens after that? So that's your payout. So when you get the 2,600, 52,600, you can request a payout for 2,000. So it'll leave you with $500 of drawdown because your trailing drawdown stops at 50,100. So you would be able to withdraw, yeah, a max of 2K. Now you can withdraw less than that. You could actually withdraw like 500, which is actually what I was going to do before I blew that very first account. And then I've just never gotten back to payout. So pretty frustrating. But yeah, I will most likely be here tomorrow. Doing what? I don't know, but we'll see. But until then, I will see you guys later. See you in the Discord, all that good stuff. Later.